Welcome to my ideal debut list / top 12 for Island and giving them positions if they do end up in the final group. You may not agree with this list, but I'm here to make you agree. Starting with a trainee we literally all know will debut, Heesung. This show was literally made to find 11 boys to potentially debut with him, but anyways, his vocal tone is super pleasant and trendy that it would suit almost anything and everything, and it makes up for his okay technique. On top of that, he has a clean looking dance. For his positions I put lead vocalist, lead dancer, lead rapper and potentially the leader and center. He will probably get majority of the lines in the final group with that voice, mark my words. Sunghoon. The trainee every female drools over, including myself. He is so attractive it physically hurts. He figure skates like if that isn't one of the most attractive qualities of him. Not just that, he has such graceful and flexible moves and a pretty voice. His dance in episode 5 is iconic and I think 90% of viewers became Sunghoon stans if you weren't already. For positions he is definitely the visual, lead dancer and a vocalist. K. A trainee that if you don't stan you straight up don't know what talent looks like. He is easily among the top dancers with those very charming facial expressions. He also choreographs so well, it is no surprise the Islanders respect him just as much as Heesung. I also fell so deep for him when he was super sweet and caring towards the other Islanders, especially Japan Line and Jay. Without a doubt, a main dancer and vocalist for the final group. Jay. This guy has serious fighting spirit and I am totally here for it. Jay has such strong mentality, I respect him so much. He has the mindset of what all trainees should have and it's his biggest charm. The fire performance absolutely slapped and that's because he led the grounders to perfection with Nikki. Jay killed me with those facial expressions and fire. I was so happy he got to show the Islanders he was coming right back up. But for real, grounders were able to do way better than Islanders in fire performance because of him. He sorted their parts fast and had better leadership skills in that episode than Heesung. But also, can we appreciate his visuals? Anyways, Jay would be the main rapper, lead dancer, sub-vocal and hopefully a potential leader for the future group. Also known as the Australian Dude. I think I really like him because of how much chemistry he's got with the Islanders. Even though the Islanders voted him out in episode 3, they only did that because of the microphone issue. But with the way Heesung cried when Jake was sent off and the way Sunghoon was hoping it was Jake to return to Island in episode 4, I was sold. Jake had a likable personality if some of the most intimidating trainees liked him a lot. I also wanted to point out his beautiful vocals in episode 1 during the crown performance. I fell for his voice in episode 1 and was cheering him on since then. He seems to have pretty nice dance and playful expressions, which is why he seems so natural on stage. Since I haven't seen much evidence of Jake's dance yet, it's safe to say his position in the final group would be a lead vocalist. Nikki. By far the most controversial trainee and also the trainee who absolutely needs to be in the final group. I've said this so many times before and I'll say it again. Island without Nikki is like twice without Momo. Although there are a lot of strong dancers, Nikki outshines them in a way I can't explain. The Islanders are literally scared of Nikki's dance skills and that says a lot. His vocal is also improving and if anything I thought his voice sounded pretty damn good in the fire performance. I also love how he and Jay aren't sugar-coated idols. Nikki is also a Japanese 14-year-old leading a group of Asian guys in Korean. A grounder even said in episode 5 that they are so grateful toward Nikki. If he makes the final group he'd be another main dancer, vocalist and among the best dancers of the 4th generation. Hanbin. Not gonna lie, he doesn't stand out to me as much, but I've kinda accepted the fact that he will 100% be voted into the final group. He has basic vocal and rap skills and a good dance ability. I noticed he picks up choreography fast, but he really doesn't stand out to me in any way. I hope he gets more confident because he seems to have the skills. He also has such good chemistry with Nikki, it would be nice for them to debut together. Hanbin also seems very thoughtful. For positions, Hanbin would be a lead dancer, sub-vocalist and sub-rapper. Jungwon. He is a trainee I just like more and more as the episodes progress. He is a phenomenal dancer, like even if you didn't notice him within the first 3 episodes you will totally get hooked by episode 4 to his dance moves. He also sings very decently. But another thing that is super charming is how baby he acts toward the other Islanders. Just watch how he acts toward the older members and you'll understand why they probably have troubles letting go of him. Legit, he has never fallen from Island because I think a lot of the Islanders have grown fond of him. K saved him for a reason. Anyways, I think Jungwon would probably be a main dancer and vocalist for the final group, and I don't think I need to explain more. Gunwoo. The embodiment of your stereotypical main vocalist. He by far has the most professionally trained voice, and I liked him immediately once I heard him sing Chained Up in episode 1. His voice isn't that unique, but his technique is definitely needed in the final group. Everybody knows he will be the main vocalist of the group, period. He also seems very strict with himself and is very committed to becoming an idol, and I respect that a lot. Daniel. I was really on the fence with Daniel, but I ultimately put him on the list because of his very warm personality. Just like Taki, he is more on the weaker side of things, or just doesn't stand out as much for a specific position. But I must say he has a beautiful chest voice. Like his lower register in Save Me was so good I got goosebumps. I think Islanders voted him out not because of skills, but actually because they were intimidated, or think because he is so young that he doesn't need the debut as much as the older trainees. But with his very caring and nice personality on top of decent skills, I think he deserves the debut. However, he would probably just be a sub-rapper and vocalist for the group. Taki. Did you really think I would include K but not his baby? I literally cried when Taki was separated from K. Taki is so cute and sweet, but I think the Islanders voted him out because they think he is an easy target. Regardless, Taki is so charming on stage, even the mentors love him because he is so cute. I also just really want Japan Line to be together in the final group. Honestly speaking, on skills though, I do agree he is on the weaker side of things. He'd definitely be a sub-rapper, sub-vocalist and lead dancer at the most. And I can tell if he was in the final group he'd also get very few parts. But nonetheless, I love him to bits, and if he isn't with K and Nikki, I'll cry for days. Sunwoo. Alright, to be honest, he lacks a bit of confidence, which is probably why he struggles trying to get close with the Islanders. He said it himself that he was really uncomfortable with the Islanders compared to the Grounders, and I kinda think he wasn't super sad about being sent to the ground because he likes the people there more. Anyways, I'm just charmed by how caring he is towards the other trainees, specifically the Grounders. It's just nice to see him cheer and hype the Grounders in a way that is so loving. For sure exerts good vibes with the people he likes and is close with. He treats the younger members like a mom, and I was so surprised he is one of the younger trainees in this show. Can I also point out he sorta looks and sounds like Han Seung-woo from Produce X? He honestly has great potential as a singer, but again he needs more confidence to have a stronger voice. His voice is sorta weak, but he definitely showcases emotion so well. He would suit ballads and pop perfectly, but I don't think he is as versatile as Gunwoo. Nonetheless, for position I still think he'd make a second main vocalist to the group. I know there is a possibility not everyone in the top 12 will debut, but if all 12 of these guys debut, I think 90% of viewers will be happy with the final group. But let's take some time to do an honorable mention to trainees I like but couldn't fit into the top 12. Starting with Nicholas. Guy is definitely a cutie. However, I didn't put him in my top 12 because he is sorta stiff when he dances, which is probably a result from his long limbs. He also wasn't the best rapper and could really improve on this overall balance as a rapper and dancer. But he was really cute, and the way he talked about how his nose touched Rain's neck was so iconic. The next honorable mention is EJ. I think I grew to like him since he seems to get along with the Islanders within the latest episodes. I think his interactions with the Islanders is what I like about him most, but not so much his skills. He truly doesn't stand out on stage and is a forgettable trainee for that matter. My last honorable mention is Jaebum. He has such good vocals and he is very humble. His relationship with Sunwoo touched my heart. Even though he struggles with learning dance on his own, I have big respect that he doesn't ask for help and instead pushes himself more. He is very independent at the same time, showing such good team effort. I didn't put him on the top 12 simply because he isn't popular amongst other viewers. He stands out to me, but he clearly doesn't stand out to others, which has my hopes down he couldn't make the final 12. Even with his vocals that are definitely among the top of this show, he is shadowed and given parts that don't get to show that off. I also know there is going to be a season 2 for Island, but if all 12 members debut, it would be cool to do a dystopian concept such as Monster X is All In, where there is a whole story and each member is a character important to the story. I just thought of that because 12 members reminds me of the Hunger Games with the whole 12 districts. Especially because Byte Entertainment is into making stories for their groups, such as what they do with TXT, BTS and G-Friend. Doing a more dystopian/imaginary society storyline with this group would just be so interesting and fresh. I'm telling you, Monster X's All In is one of the best music videos in boy group history. But even potentially doing a sci-fi futuristic concept like EXO's Lucky One would be super interesting and a great idea considering the interior of the building and design concept for the overall show. I'm telling y'all, my mind is just intellectual. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Of course my top 12 could change after episode 6, but anyways, stan my list. Goodbye.